The history of Nelson Mandela's arrests in South Africa. August 5, 1962, Mandela's arrest. Mandela was arrested after 17 months on the run, charged with inciting workers' strikes and leaving the country without a passport, sentenced to 5 years. First imprisonment. Mandela began serving a 5-year sentence, marking the start of his long imprisonment. 1964, Rivonia trial and life sentence. Mandela was tried for sabotage and sentenced to life imprisonment on June 12, 1964. Life sentence. Mandela and comrades faced life imprisonment for their resistance efforts. 27 years on Robben Island. Mandela became a symbol of resistance against apartheid during his long imprisonment. Robben Island Prison. This harsh environment failed to break Mandela's spirit, making him a beacon of hope. February 11, 1990, Mandela's release. Following international pressure, Mandela was released, leading to the dismantling of apartheid. Freedom and legacy. Mandela's release marked the start of a new era, culminating in his election as South Africa's first black president in 1994. Nelson Mandela's courage and perseverance changed history. Celebrate his legacy and continue striving for justice.
Nelson Mandela, The Journey to Freedom. Born in 1918 in Viso, South Africa, Mandela grew up amid colonial rule and later moved to Johannesburg to begin his activism. Early life and education. Mandela moved to Johannesburg to study and became involved in anti-colonial politics. In 1944, Mandela joined the African National Congress and co-founded its Youth League. Mandela intensified his activism, helping to strengthen protests for equality. Major campaigns. The 1944 Defiance Campaign. The 1952 Campaign of Defiance. Mandela led protests against apartheid laws. In 1962, Mandela was arrested and convicted of sabotage. This intensified the struggle against apartheid. The 1964 Rivonia trial and imprisonment. Mandela was sentenced to life, mostly on Robben Island. 27 years in prison, Mandela became a symbol of resistance. He attracted global attention and calls for freedom. In the late 1980s, negotiations began to end apartheid. Growing pressure caused government talks. On February 11, 1990, Mandela was released. This began a new era in South African history. Post-release impact. Key role in ending apartheid. South Africa's first black president in 1994. He was an advocate for reconciliation and nation building. Nelson Mandela's journey from prisoner to president inspired a nation and the world. Remember his courage and legacy.
South African apartheid history. 1948. Apartheid begins. Apartheid started when the National Party government enforced racial separation laws in South Africa. Apartheid system. Institutionalized racial segregation privileged the white minority while oppressing the black majority and other racial groups. Apartheid policies. Restricted rights including movement, education, and employment for non-white South Africans. Resistance movements. African National Congress, ANC, leaders like Nelson Mandela. Internal protests and international condemnation. Early 1990s. Apartheid ends. After sustained pressure and negotiations, the apartheid system was dismantled. 1994 election. South Africa held its first multiracial election, electing Nelson Mandela as the first black president. The end of apartheid paved the way for a new era of democracy and equal rights in South Africa. Thank you for watching. Learn more about South Africa's journey towards freedom and equality. Visit www.southafricahistory.org.